Hi everyone. Today we're going to be learning how to make the math game Flash. So this is a subitizing game, which is a game that, subitizing is the skill of being able to count or know how many are there in a group without counting. So most of us know that's 3. We didn't have to go 1, 2, 3 and count them individually. We just know there are 3 there. So subitizing is that skill. So most of us can subitize up to about 5 or 6 usually. That's even adults. And beyond that, it becomes quick addition. So this is a speed game. And at lower levels, it's really practicing subitizing. At higher levels, it's practicing kind of speed grouping and addition and being able to group numbers really quickly. So it's a great game for everyone to play across all levels. And you can really easily differentiate it, make it easier or harder, depending on what your child needs. So I'm going to move this up here so that you can see a little bit better. Now, so to play, you need either subitizing dot cards, which I'm going to attach to the website, and you can print those off and cut them out. Or if you're like me and don't have a functional printer right now, you can make your own out of either pieces of paper, or I have index cards. I'm happy to send you a pack of index cards. You can pick them up from the store too. Either way, so easy way to, they're very easy to make. If you're working on just subitizing, you want to stay within about 5 or 6. So if you're working on just being able, if your kid, you show them that and they have to count 1, 2, 3, then you're working more on subitizing, and so you want to stay within 6 until they're really good at it. So you can make it easier or harder also within 5 or 3, with the same number, depending on how you group the dots. So that is 5. It's really easy to tell because it's grouped in a familiar pattern. That's a pattern that we all know. It's a pattern that's easy to follow. It's symmetrical. It's really easy to tell. That is also 5, but it takes you a little bit longer to figure it out because it's not grouped in a familiar pattern. So you can also make it easier or harder within levels just based on how you draw the dots. Then, moving on up, you can, if you do higher numbers, okay, that's 10. But I can't subitize 10. What I'm seeing is I'm seeing 2 groups of 4. So really I'm subitizing 4, 4, and then 2. And I know that 2 groups of 4 is 8, and then 2 more is 10. Okay? But I'm really not subitizing 10. I doubt if anyone can actually subitize 10. So it becomes a really good exercise in quick addition. So if you're playing it that way, when you call out the number, you could say 10, you could say, how did you figure out that it was 10? And have them show you the groupings they made in their head, and you could show different ways to group it. So I made a whole bunch of cards here, and I'm going to show you how to play really quickly. So essentially, you would divide the cards between the players. So we'll say, I'm playing, and the person there in front of me is playing. So we'll take turns flipping cards. Now, because I used index cards and a marker, it bled through a little bit. So I don't want to take off the top because I can cheat that way. So I can take it off the bottom, and as long as they're all facing the same way, I just flip it up like that, and then both me and the person I'm playing against would look at the card, and whoever says the number first wins. So I say 4. So I win, I get it. I can either put it in a stack here as my winning cards, or I could put it on top. In that case, then it'll just be kind of a perpetual game going and going until you want to stop. Otherwise, you could stop when the cards are gone. So then it'd be my partner's turn, and they're going to flip one, and that's the 10. And so I'd say 10. And then you could ask me, how'd you know it was 10? And I'd say, well, I saw 4 there, and I know that 2 groups of 4 make 8, and then 8 and 2 makes 10. Okay, so I get it, so I'm going to put it here in mine. So then I'm going to go again. It's my turn now. 4. And so that took me a little bit longer because I was expecting a dot here. So I actually figured out that it was 4 because I did 5. But I took away this dot that isn't here. So there's also, you can play it with explaining how they figured it out. So I'd get it and I'd put it back on top, and then it'd be my partner's turn. They'd flip it. 3. Okay, so that's one of the easier ones. So to make your own cards, it is very, very simple. You need a marker, or even a pencil would work, a pen, and then some pieces of paper. Put some dots on a card, and all of a sudden you have a really cool, fun game to play that can be differentiated for kids all the way from beginning of kindergarten really to at least the end of first grade, and I would argue that this is probably valuable at the higher levels up through at least the end of second grade. So, great game to play. It can be a lot of fun. It can be really stressful because there's speed involved and you're trying to do it really fast. So have fun with it. Let me know if you have any questions, if you have any needs, if you need any of this stuff to be able to make it. I've got markers, I have index cards, I'm happy to send them to you or drop them off. So just let me know. Let me know if you have any questions too about how to play or how to make it easier or harder, or what kinds of cards you should be using with your child. I'm happy to let everyone know individually. So please let me know. I hope you have fun playing Flash. Have a good one. Stay safe, wash your hands, and have a good weekend. Bye, everyone.